Alright.
What up, G?
What up, gangsta? Whoa, I just threw you a curveball.
Wow. Okay.
How does that feel to hear me say that?
Didn't feel good. It felt so weird. I'm like, what? All right, here we go. Oh boy. Going to be a very interesting conversation. Welcome in, everybody, to episode what? 13.
No, 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 14.
What? See, this is why Liz does all the counting.
Oh my God. That is so funny.
That's priceless. Okay. Yes. I get lost in 10 feet above my head. I don't even know. You do it for me.
Okay, episode 14. That was such a beautiful intro. Welcome everybody. Man, it feels like it's been forever since we recorded.
It's been a couple weeks.
It has. It has. Plus, we will be talking about the Awaken retreat that we just went to.
Oh my God. I took some doozies of notes. I'm
Oh
excited to
shit.
dive in. I'm ready.
Do I have my notes?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
mm, I don't have my notes with me. But uh I will pause this. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, we are back. I went and got my
Well,
notes. Um, where do you want to start? First of all, let's just like identify this retreat.
right,
Okay. Because I don't think everybody knows about Awaken.
right.
Danny Morel, he is a spiritual speaker, presenter. Um, I honestly don't know how he would describe himself other than that, but that's how I see him.
Yeah.
And he has a podcast called Higher Self. It's really good. Um, and and so he does these retreats a couple times a year. This is actually going to be the last year that he's doing like full like in-person retreats. He's going to move to like hybrid in person with some people and then online for those who don't want to attend in live. And I think it's going to be cheaper for the online versus the in-person. It's going to be more expensive. So Lindsay and I went to Awaken back in December for our first time. And it was really like, I'm gonna say it like life-changing for me. You too.
Yes and no, but please
Yeah.
continue.
Life-changing in the sense of he he structures the retreat in a really intentional way that helps you drop into barriers inside of yourself, become more aware of sort of emotional blocks, spiritual blocks that stop you from living the life that you really deeply desire. And it's a real big focus on returning back to your heart. Because in this world, we're so much in our mind, we're so much in the masculine. And through breath work, especially, it helps you drop back into your body and into your heart. And so there's like him presenting during the day and then doing some exercises. And then we do breath work at the end of the day. And it's in the breath work that I got so much out of it. Like It was amazing the first time. The things that I released, the fear that I released, the tension in my body, because, right, like it all starts in your body. Like your unconscious is your body. So breath work is such a wonderful way to get into the depth of your unconscious and release things that you no longer serve you. Um, so then we came to Awaken again, just this past weekend. And gosh, Lindsay, where do you want to start?
Um, why did you want to go again, having just gone through it in December? Why did you want why did you want to tackle it again?
So one thing that I will be very transparent about is that we got free tickets for another Awaken when we did our first Awaken.
But was it really free? In
Well,
a way, sure.
it was the actual event was free, but food was not free. And luckily it's in Austin, so we didn't have to travel.
Right.
And you were such a great host letting me stay at your apartment. So it was kind of free, but kind of not. So yeah, I just wanted to be transparent about that. But the deeper rooted reason of why I went was because I felt like it would serve me to pause, like pause my routines and go and get space to do more breath work, especially, and release more stuff. And we were talking about intentions the first day,
Yeah.
and my intention was to release anything that no longer served me, whatever that is, anything that I know about, and then things that I don't know that I don't know.
Yeah.
And so that was my intention walking into it, to like pause this life that I like have these routines in and really drop into, again, returning back to my heart, because it's so easy to like be in our head. Like it takes me effort to get back into my heart many times during the day. And I'm sure other people will resonate with that. Like we're just walking around in our head all the time.
Cheers.
So sometimes we really need these pauses to remind ourselves of like, oh, I have this body and I have this heart, and I want to live more and more from my heart, because that's when I'm most fulfilled. That's when I'm laughing more. That's when I feel free. That's when I can be like present in my life, and I can be doing anything and I will feel good being me. Like just yesterday, I was driving into the grocery store and I had the music blasted and I was just dancing and singing, and it was so joyous. And it's like we can do that more and more if we intentionally go back into our hearts. So that's a big intention and reason why I went back, because that's what I experienced the first time. It was totally a return back into my heart in some really profound ways.
Bravo.
Thank you. And what was your intention walking into that?
To release the fear of being seen.
Mm, yes. Yes. Okay. So we've identified our intentions. Let's get into like, his presentations, if there's any topics that we want to bring up.
What stood out to you?
I love you.
I'm ready.
You're
What
like,
stood out to you? I'm ready. mine is great, and I'm so excited to talk about it.
Oh, dude, listen, audience, we were sitting right next to each other, and there was like many moments where either she would be like, "Hey, hey," she would show me her notebook. It was like we were in class, right? And you'd be like, "Read this," and I'd read it, and I'd be like, "Holy shit, that's so
I know, right?
good."
Oh my God.
Yes. Okay. So let's get into some of this. Well, where do you want to start? Like, I know you have a lot of really good stuff, so I could just follow your lead.
Okay, how you show up for sex is how you show up for life.
Yeah.
Seriously, are you always bracing for impact? Are you wincing? Are you not enjoying yourself? Are you not fully expressing yourself?
Yeah.
I wrote that down right away because I was like, okay, where am I just like meh?
Oh, that mess said a lot.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Where am I like, oh yeah, that's exciting.
Mm,
Let's go after that. Like, right?
yes.
It's this balance of it's the perfect metaphor because you're allowing yourself to receive, but you're also giving simultaneously. And so where
Right.
do you have that zest for life? What
Yes.
lights you up? Like what turns you on in life? Like take
Right.
the stuff out, right? Like what what like really ignites you to come alive?
Mm,
And with the intention of releasing the fear of being seen, then I'm like, okay, where can we expand North Node?
yeah.
Where am I living in fear and bracing for impact,
Mm,
right? And playing it safe and just like the meh part of life in my career. So when I allow myself, yes, exactly. When
yeah.
I allow myself to shift into like honestly, like all right, let's go into the woo here. Like when I allow myself to shift into my sacral chakra and just expand in the sexual energy and the sensuality of it and take a second and breathe into it, like my whole body language, even my tone begins to
Mm,
shift.
mm,
And then if I sit in a little bit longer, then when I'm thinking of the excitement about North Node and how we can shift it,
yeah.
expand it and grow it, then I'm like, okay, sexual energy is creation.
Mm-hmm.
Then I allow myself to like, okay, what else can I create?
Mm,
Right? Let me ignite
right.
my will to power and like charge after it, right? The masculine energy, but then also like allowing myself to receive the ideas is being in my feminine energy.
Yeah.
So, like, how you show up for sex is how you show up in life.
Right.
And if I'm not sexually satisfied in my sex life, well, then this is a direct connection to my physical world, how I'm living my life.
Mm, that is so true. There's so much there. Yeah. I mean, mm, I'm just taking in what you're saying. It's it's you know, it's interesting. As you were talking, I got dizzy,
Oh, okay.
which was weird.
Tell me more. What's happening?
Well, my heart rate is a little up, and I feel this like from my solar plexus up, it's like this vibrating
Yeah.
feeling. Yeah. And then my head feels like, ooh.
Okay, the basics. Did you drink enough? Did you eat enough?
I did eat enough. Maybe I need to drink more.
Okay. Try that first, but also wiggle your toes. And with
Okay.
each of your exhales, try and exhale out the bottom of your feet. Are you still experiencing that thing?
A little bit, especially my head.
Okay.
Hmm.
Is there an emotion that you would correlate with your dizziness?
I don't think so.
Is there an overall emotion that you feel in this moment?
It's weird because I feel grounded, but like my head is like, ooh. Yeah. Hmm. My jaw is clicking a little bit on my right side.
In what I just explained or expanded in and expressed, was there fear triggered?
I think so.
Yeah, okay. I feel that. Um, where in your body, aside from your jaw and your head, do you feel the fear that is coming up?
Hmm.
You don't need to know a story. Just acknowledge where it is in your body.
It feels like my solar plexus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you breathe into your solar plexus and allow it to expand and tell your body that you're safe and simply say, I got you.
Hmm.
Um,
Mhm.
yeah. And see if you can go within. I got you.
Okay. Okay.
If you can go within. And um, what, when I say um, invite your inner child to come forth, what age is she?
Keep getting 8.
Okay, let's go just before 8. Let's go to 7.
Mhm.
What happened? And it could be the literally the first thing that comes up. What happened at 7 that started off with excitement and then quickly changed to fear?
Hmm.
And it might not even be a memory, right? Like maybe it's a sensation in your body. You don't have to name it, you don't have to bring it forth. We don't need to tell the story. The narrative isn't important. I think just acknowledging the sensation and the vibration of what it is that we're talking about right now. And so feel that within your solar plexus, within your gut. Acknowledge the tightness in your neck, in your jaw, and acknowledge the dizziness that you feel. and see if you can begin to transmute this fear and pull it back towards the excitement. Just keep breathing. With each exhale, allow it to soften your physical being. And keep expanding your energy. One more inhale and one more exhale. Good. Now bring your intention and your attention to your heart center. Good. And allow yourself to breathe in your strength and your own sense of safety. Allow that to begin to radiate just beyond your body. And if there's resistance that's coming up, simply just allow, just acknowledge and allow, right? Like expansion brings about change, and the body is going to gravitate towards the familiar. Instead of pushing and forcing, almost like encourage the 2-year-old to grab your hand. I got you. And allow that love to expand and feel the strength of that love from your heart.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel now?
Better.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was good. I felt the shift. Yeah, my solar plexus is calm and my head isn't buzzing. And for those of us that don't know where the solar plexus is, it's right, it hits like right near your diaphragm, like a little above. Like it's like the center of your chest, like below your breasts, nipple line in the center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that I feel much more here.
Nice.
Thank you, dude.
You're welcome.
Impromptu, guided, facilitated embodiment, movement of energy. Yeah, I feel a lot better. Thank you. See everybody, like this is what we do. This
Self.
this is like this is her bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
She's so good at it.
Thank you.
I feel so much better.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So I think, well, I'm going to ask you what you think happened, but what I feel was potentially happening was I was talking about the shift and changes of North Node and the expansion. And sometimes, well, like I said in a couple of episodes ago, like I'm going through a lot of change and a lot of shifts,
Yeah.
and my body and my nervous system react to change as if it's like crisis mode, because that's like drastic change means, oh, the shit hits the fan with my life, and so I've got to go into fight or flight mode. um and so talking about, yeah, this is going to change my life, suddenly it's like, oh fuck, right? Like my nervous system like even now, even in the conversation, like I can feel the tension happening back here. It's like, it's okay, body, relax. Muscle memory is like a thing.
Yeah, it is.
Your nervous system is used to operating in a specific way during a specific set of circumstances. And when I say the word change, when I hear the word change, like my body has a very specific response. And so I'm curious if that's what was happening for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that change has been more acutely present after Awaken with like the things that I wanted to move towards. Speaking of move, like wanting to move
Yeah.
and and then changing my practice, continuing to change it. Like I've been taking steps towards shifting it and making it more in alignment with myself. Um, but yeah, the change piece, it feels really exciting, and also at the same time, it feels like you're jumping without a net, you know? And like you're saying, like your body's gonna react. And it's funny too, because like you said 7 years old, and that actually took me back to um that was the age that I started soccer. And it was a big change.
Yeah.
And I was really scared, but super excited too, because I chose to do it. It was the first thing that like I chose as a kid. Like my parents were like, "Do you want to like is there anything that you want to do? Like is there anything that you're interested in?" And I was like, "Soccer."
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, "Oh, okay. Let's do that." And I remember the first couple of practices, I did not go on the field. I was so scared. I was like frozen. Um, I remember sitting in my dad's lap and being like, "No, I'm not gonna do it." And then one day I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna do it." It was terrifying. I felt so much fear slash courage in my system to go do it. And then you know what? When I did it, it was the best thing in my life. Like that's the first love. That's my very first love, soccer. It changed my life in so many ways that I had no idea that it would. And in all like amazing, great, fantastic, connective ways for me. Like I actually like learned about my empowerment in my body. I was socializing with people that like I enjoyed. Like there's coaches that deeply impacted me and saw me in ways that like helped me build so much empowerment and love and like self-worth inside of me. Like it was the best thing. And yet I was really scared to take that first step.
Yeah.
So it's interesting how changes in your life will bring you back to those moments early on in your life, right? So yeah, that came up. Just that thing.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, you were saying North Node, changes with North Node. Dude, you remember what I said to you about my identity as a psychologist? I think we were on a break and I was like fired up. I was like truly in Leo energy. And I was like, I'm gonna fucking kill this identity of a psychologist that I have to fucking sit in a room and talk.
Yes, I remember that.
And I was like, no more.
Yeah.
That's done. Chapter complete.
And now you get to go through an ego death. Seriously.
No, I know. I know. I know it. Yeah. Yeah. But it needs to happen, right? Like everything that you want to pursue, like all of the things that are connected to your heart, once you realize that you're still living in the conditioning and mental space of something that doesn't serve you, things have to disappear. Things have to like die in a
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm gonna
That's,
be that dramatic Leo and say that. That's what it is.
I'm not dramatic. I'm not dramatic. What are you talking about?
No, not at all.
I mean, yeah, so I mean, okay. I am going to be starting a certification very soon. And with that, graduation, if you will, um, it's going to change how I show up for North Node because it will hopefully enable me to have more space for North Node. Um,
Yeah,
and that will kickstart a domino effect of change and growth. And it's
right.
all good things, it's all positive things. But with the given circumstances of the patterns that we've experienced with change, the body is going to react in a very specific way, in a very loud way sometimes of, oh my God, I feel really dizzy right now in this moment.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what's happening.
Yeah.
Or, oh my God, I need to put my pink sunglasses on to calm my nervous system so that I can continue this conversation because I would like to
Right.
be present. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm glad that that happened earlier because it illustrates that uh, the importance of dropping into your body, like creating space for your body. It's so different than talking about things.
Right.
And we don't usually learn it. But the body is slow. It is slow. There's there's this modality called somatic experiencing, and it's working with the body to help move through the stress cycle completely, because when you're in trauma, you are frozen. You don't get to move through the stress cycle. You don't get to release all of that material. And what the techniques are tend to be is that the person who is experiencing the trauma again, they slowly move their body in a way that allows their body to fully release that stress cycle and complete it. So the body is slow. We think our mind is so fast and it wants to complete things, and it will bypass the body in such insidious ways that we don't actually get to complete those cycles. So the importance of what you just did with me of, okay, slowing down, breathing, like surveying my system and the sensations in my body and allowing space, that takes time. And we can do it. It's a practice. So I'm really glad that that happened because it illustrates something so important that we keep missing so many times, so often.
Right. Or how often have people said, oh my God, I'm having an anxiety attack? And then they're like, they rush to the doctor prescribes them things, but then they're not really addressing the root issue.
Right.
What was coming up for you in that moment was something from like 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah.
And then all it took was like simple breathing with the intention of holding yourself in a different way, going within, and then just like allowing yourself to really create
Hmm.
a sense of safety, both with and for your body.
Right. Right. Yeah. And that's not just like, you know how we talk about emotional regulation and how important that is. I think we've gone to the point where we're actually using that to bypass feeling.
Thank you.
Like
Yeah.
let's really dive into that. Like let's talk about how important it is to yell, to
Oh yeah.
cry,
Oh
to
yeah.
rage out, to like look at breath work.
Yeah.
It's an experience of like you go into some fear in your body and it's intense. You're not
Mhm.
emotionally regulating. You are releasing shit.
Mhm.
We're
Yeah.
meant to release. We're not meant to just stay calm.
Right.
And I think that we've gotten into bypassing through emotional regulation, and it's not good.
Right. Right. Yeah. Certain the spiritual community can do this with spiritual bypassing. The wellness community can sometimes do this with like, oh, okay, like, no, anger is not this, like, anger, we don't need to get angry. Um, Waste of emotion, you're wasting your energy. Anger
Right.
is not helpful. And I'm like, I come in here full Leo mode, like, bitch, anger is needed because
Yes.
it shows me where I'm a human being. It shows me where I need a stronger boundary, right? Like it shows me where I allow myself to get loud and fire it up. And then as soon as I express it, like then I'm able to come back down. Actually, when I give myself the space to be angry, I move through it so fast, like
Yes.
so fast. And I'm
Yes.
like, okay, why? Because like why was I holding it in? Because I was afraid of making somebody else potentially uncomfortable, but you're like me holding myself back is actually making me so fucking uncomfortable. Like just let me just get loud and then it's fine. And
Right.
then I'm able to come back to like normal Lindsay of like, oh okay, no, I'm really zen. Right? Like everybody at work is like, Linz, you're so nice. I can't imagine you being loud and you being raging out or anything. And I'm like, one, I don't rage out. Two, I meditate to keep the dragon lady at bay. But I do allow the dragon lady to come forth with her dragon and spew the fucking fire if need be.
Yeah.
Especially if like my physical being is like threatened in any way, shape, or form.
Yes. Yes.
Like I will protect myself and I will full on like I will get Irish. I will get Leo. I will go Jersey on your ass. All three. Watch yourself. Like to protect my physical body. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. I will.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is needed. Like think about animals.
Right.
They don't just stay steady the whole time.
Right.
They are going through the whole like dance of the range of feelings and sensations, and it's a part of our being to feel the fullness of that. So that's also the beauty of our therapeutic theater experience. It's us facilitating to help people feel the whole range of emotions. Feel the whole, like, let your body feel the whole range of the sensations that live in your body. And yes, of course, we want to create safety and a container so that there's this experience of you can feel and you're still safe. At the same time, you're gonna get dysregulated because that's what the body does to move back into homeostasis.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's just
Yeah.
that's just a part of it.
Right.
Um, so yeah, oh, I could like I'm so like oh with this. Like let's advocate for feeling the fullness. 'Cause you know what? I remember when I wasn't feeling the fullness. When I was a teenager with an eating disorder and I was numbed out and all I could feel was like sadness and shame,
Yeah.
right? But underneath that, I was not allowing myself to experience anger
Right.
or
Yeah.
joy or other really significant emotions. It was just like sadness and shame because I was numbing out. I was like suppressing me, right?
Yeah, and if you don't allow yourself to feel the depth of your sadness, right? Like I bet you were sort of just like doggy pedaling the surface to like not really truly go into the depth of the sadness because
Yeah.
that's fucking scary, but also like you couldn't get your head above the water
Yeah.
to feel joy.
Yeah.
So as soon as I like one just fucking acknowledged the shit that I was carrying and allowed myself to truly like feel the depth of the sadness and the grief and the anger, then was I truly able to shift my laughter
Hmm.
and experience joy. Like just this past weekend, you were like, you have so many different variations of laughter, right? Like,
I do.
was it you or somebody else that told me that I have like a whole vocabulary of laughter?
I think somebody else did, but I was like, you have a lot of different types
Yeah.
of giggles.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Because I allow myself to truly experience life.
Yeah.
Like when I'm sad, like bro, I'm gonna fucking cry. Like I remember being at the grocery store and like checking out and just like the tears just were just
Yeah.
coming and
Yeah.
not apologizing. I
Yeah.
did not. It's just like this is just where I'm at today. This is just where I'm at. It's okay. It's all right. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And then the depth of like in the breath work this weekend just really like right? Like really just like letting it out, opening up your throat chakra of like,
Yeah. Which is amazing and also amazing to do with what, like 300 other people.
yeah.
Like that's another great example of like letting yourself just feel what you feel. Like there was people yelling, screaming, wailing, like laughing. Like that was just such a beautiful experience of hearing the full range of emotions and then having the full range of emotions
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
celebrating it. We were celebrating it. Like it
Right.
brought everybody so close so
Yeah.
quickly with each other. That's what we can do. We're powerful beings.
Right.
Yeah. Um, what else? Let's see. Oh, a theme that I found really interesting, which I just kind of acknowledged, was like oneness versus separation.
Yeah. Tell me more.
So, oh man, it's so big. Um, so first, like, at the retreat, it feels like there's these stepping stones from, okay, like let's connect with ourselves. Let's like really deepen and open to our own experience, right? And then it goes into connecting with others. And it goes back to connecting with yourself and then connecting with others. Like it's this really cool dance that it did.
Right. Yes.
Um, and what I noticed was, you know, Danny speaking about love versus fear and how fear is the thing that creates separation. You can see it on a like individual level and a macro level, especially in our society, right? Anytime we experience fear, we're separating like on an individual level, we're separating from our heart and we're then separating from other people. And then if we're projecting fear and seeing others as scary or like I can't like I'm not like them or they're not like me, then that's also creating more separation.
Right. Yes.
And uh, there's a few exercises that we did that showcased how how one we are with each other, no matter what race, what gender, what age, etc., right? That we are all like we can all relate to each other on a human level, and that's a gift, and that creates that experience of oneness, right?
Yes. And I want to connect this back to our ancestry.
Mm.
The sense of oneness
Mhm.
of all these amazing people and amazing circumstances and difficult circumstances
Yeah,
that came to fruition to bring us here into life, into this body.
right.
And we spent time, like we wrote letters to our mothers and our fathers,
Mhm.
and then to ourselves,
Mhm.
and then spent time in meditation acknowledging our ancestors, you
Yeah,
know, both sets of grandparents, and then their parents, and then their parents,
right,
and how fast the room filled with thousands of uh, people who came before us,
right.
and to honor them and to thank them and to acknowledge them, and also to be like, have this moment of, what the fuck, bro? Right?
Yeah, yeah,
Right? Like, and then without judgment of like, okay, yes, I see the thing. Thank you. I acknowledge. Okay, great. Look at what I
yeah.
get to grow through because you didn't deal with your shit. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for that one and that one and that one.
All right.
All right, I
All right.
see. Yeah. Yeah, that was a beautiful piece of it. And again, like you were saying, recognizing the oneness and that, the humanity of our ancestry. And yeah, I had a powerful uh visualization in the breath work. It was the first day, I believe. Let me just check my note real quick. Yes, first day. The first day of breath work. So I told you about this, but I'll say it again because it was so powerful. Um, I was like seeing the cosmos and like the stars, like as I was in like this like galaxy looking area with my spirit guides. And my spirit guides were like, "All right, you ready to go?" And they opened up this portal and I hopped right in and I was in my mom's womb and it was pitch black dark. And then I see me as a baby come out, and my mom is holding me as an infant, right? And I'm seeing her face, and she has like so much love and joy. And I could feel it in my body. Like it was just like this overwhelming love. And I just started crying. And then I see my dad, and my mom hands me to my dad. And my dad's blind, so he puts my face pretty close to his face, and he's looking at me and he's like smiling. I see this like huge smile, and I feel so much joy and love from him. And I'm just like it's like it's not just an intellectualization. It's like I feel it in my body, like deep in my bones, this love. And and then I just see this montage of like various moments as a very little like infant and then toddler, which I didn't remember until then, which was so fucking cool. And so I see these moments of like, my first steps and me saying dada and like me singing with my mom. And it was just like so much joy. And I'm so grateful for that because I don't have like the best memory from when I was a kid. because of my trauma at 4 years old, and just being a highly sensitive person and all the things, right? But I didn't know fully like that experience of love, especially with I knew it with my mom. Like I could access that, but I had struggled with feeling it from my dad. And I knew he loved me, but it was like, and it's interesting because prior to Awaken, I was having this like trigger around not remembering if my dad like ever hugged me or held me. He not hugged, more like held, like cuddled me. And so then Awaken happens and my spirit guides are like, okay, like let's remind you. Let's remind you of all the love that your dad has for you and had for you. And it was just, yeah, it was profound. It was amazing. I feel the like integration of that and the repair of that like really deeply, and yeah, it's just so good.
Right.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah. Did you want to add anything about your experience in the breath work the first day?
it. I don't even know how to articulate what happened.
Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you want to do that at some point, if that comes up again, feel free.
Okay.
Um, was there any other like questions that you had? Oh, dude, protection with love versus protection with the ego.
Oh, this was so good when you wrote that down and told me. I was like, yes.
Yeah, it like really hit me when and I can't remember fully what Danny was talking about, but he was talking on the topic, and it just like there's a flash of like, oh my gosh, protection from the ego is just it's like it equals distrust of self, right? Because if I'm protecting from my ego, I'm going to be defensive. I'm going to resist a lot of things. I'm going to push things away because I need to know. I need to make sure that I'm certain about this, or I need to hold my ground and be stubborn about how I feel. I'm not going to be open to change. I'm not going to be open to like people's feedback, right? Like all these things that create like there's a need to surrender
Hmm.
when you're protecting yourself from a place of love, right? Protecting from ego is like defensiveness and resistance and rigidity. Protecting from love or with love is um, being vulnerable and authentic because that's the most loving thing I can do for myself as I step into trusting myself more and more, right? Like you can't do that if you're not allowing new things to happen, new opportunities to come in your life, choosing those new opportunities, right?
Yeah, and for me, like protecting from the ego is like a false sense of security.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it too. It's similar to uh and I think we're moving away from this more and more, but people relying on the structure of a relationship to create security versus the quality of a relationship to build security.
Yes.
So, and I got this from the book called Polysecure. Really good book. Super great book on attachment stuff. Slash, like, it's not pathologizing being ethically non-monogamous. I don't choose that lifestyle, but I don't judge people who do. And we don't need to pathologize it, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, anyways, the structure versus the quality of the relationship. So structure meaning, oh, I'm safe and secure because I have a girlfriend, the title girlfriend,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Which I do have a girlfriend now. So that was my way of saying that. Um, mhm, mhm. Um, oh, she's gonna love how I segued into that one. Uh, versus the quality of the relationship, which is I'm nurturing this relationship. I'm attending to my person, they're attending to me, or I'm honoring that they want to have their own individual space and do their own thing, right? But we're honoring each other and we're building a foundation of trust and love and support and aligning with our values and practicing those with each other. That doesn't mean that it's going to work out.
Right.
Just like having a girlfriend or boyfriend or whomever doesn't mean that that's going to work out. The structure doesn't mean it, the quality of it doesn't mean it, but the quality is the is a really important thing to focus on if you actually want a good relationship.
Right. Right. He also like really honed in on um when you're in, you're in. You have to decide.
Yeah.
None of this blurred lines thing, like
Yeah.
mentally, physically, emotionally. No, when you're in, you're in. Like this is when I was like, see, my all or nothing qualities are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Like
Dude, that's a
I've been
great,
I've,
yes.
I've been criticized of that with romantic relationships before. Like, why are you all or nothing? And it's like because when you're in, you're in. You have to decide or if you're not in, then you're out. Like
Right.
that's and I was criticized for having a standard. I was criticized for saying, "No, this is my boundary. We're
Right.
either we're either in or we're out." Right? And so then I got to like really reflect and look at the scenario that I have been in the last few months. And I'm like, I have allowed myself to be like laissez faire, like, okay, this is blurred lines. Like, maybe I need to learn this. But it's so against who I am. The core of me is like, no, we're either all in or we're out.
Yeah.
And with this scenario, I have not been all in.
Yeah.
And that's my answer.
Yeah, it feels incongruent, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is where I was like, my fire was lit, and I was like, that's it. That's all I need to know is to trust my own instincts and fuck everybody else. Oh yeah, because that's what my fire says sometimes. Like,
I love it.
I don't need anybody else to like interject and say, no, I should linger in it. No, I should explore it because this is good for me. Because it's like, stop all the outside voices.
Yes, that.
That's not helpful.
Right.
Folks at home, stop looking outside of yourself. You have to go within and you have to listen to your intuition. If you're not fully in, then bro, you're fucking out.
Yep.
Great. Thank you. That's all that I needed to know.
Yes.
And then once I was able to connect with that, well then you know the rest. We don't need to go into that. Not yet.
Not
Future.
yet. Okay. Yeah. Yes. That, I mean, that's bravo, right? Like that takes courage to recognize that for yourself and do it.
Well, thank you. Not only, I think what took more courage was to recognize that like my fire, my natural element of like being ignited in that way that I just demonstrated, like that's not a fault.
No, absolutely not.
It's actually a gift
It is.
because it allows me to steer my life into the direction that is passion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So being criticized for how I naturally show up into the world.
Right. Which then reflects you just told the universe, hey, like I'm not like I'm gonna be in alignment with me.
Yeah.
And that's courageous.
Yeah.
Because there's so many ways that we can be like, oh, but this and oh, but that, and be in our head, and then be like, but, you know, I mean, I've done it with like living in this space for a while, right? It's because it's familiar and it's comfortable. But is it like actually allowing you to align and expand in ways that you deeply desire?
Yeah.
No.
Right. And so same thing with like I had resistance or reservations with going after the certification. And then once I identified why I was afraid of it or what made me angry about it or why do I need another fucking piece of paper, like then it was like once I was able to identify it, then it was like, "Oh, okay, great. Now I'm all in."
Right. And we did that at Awaken.
Yes.
We did that on at a lunch.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
one of the lunch breaks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So see, the work continues, Danny, even when we're not in the
Yeah,
room.
see, Danny, we're doing it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Yes. Very cool. Yeah,
And
and
now I'm applying
you
it
worked
to
through
like,
that.
yeah, and now I'm applying the same method to my job
Right.
where I'm like just energetically, like I'm just not even feeding the things that like until I'm able to migrate out of it, I'm not energetically feeding the things that are just sucking up my energy. I'm just not. I'm not getting upset. I'm not getting mad or frustrated. It's just one of those things like, okay, I see that. Great, moving on.
Great. Some
Mhm.
energetic boundaries there.
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Um, I think another big piece that, Danny presented on was and we've kind of been saying it a little bit here and there, but like you were saying earlier, um, your internal being reflected in your external, in all of the layers of that.
Right.
And that like your heart, I really love what he talked about with like Adam and Eve story and the the deeply rooted, I'm not religious, but it is symbolically interesting to me. Um, but the deeply rooted ways that we have like dismissed, pushed away the feminine, disregarded the feminine, disregarded our hearts
Mm-hmm.
and our body, because the heart and body are the feminine.
Mm-hmm.
And how you see that again on the individual level and then also the collective level. And I had these moments of recognizing how in my family and around me, people struggled so much with actually like receiving like affirming words or receiving help in some way.
Yeah.
Um, in particular, I noticed with my dad and my brothers when, because I'm a words of affirmation person, as you know. And so that's how I, not only how I give love, but how I receive love,
Isn't
right?
your Mercury in Virgo?
What's that?
Isn't your Mercury in Virgo?
No, it's in Leo.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Sun, Mercury, Mars, and Venus in Leo. So I'm a big words of affirmation person. And so I would give my, my brothers or my dad loving words. And I just maybe this wasn't all the time, but there's many times where I just felt like they didn't hear me or I was dismissed or I would dismiss my own voice. And I was like, wow, I still am feeling this, like this not feeling valued in my voice from those experiences and from other experiences. But that those experiences really stood out to me because it was the masculine, right? Like it was the masculine that I was wanting to connect with, but it continually felt disconnective. And so then, me stepping into my masculine, there was moments in early on in our friendship, I still felt it a bit, which was hesitation with my voice, hesitation with speaking words of affirmation into you or into others, or how it would show up in just like these nuanced sort of ways of like not fully valuing my own voice. Um, and how now it's transformed quite a bit. And I'm so grateful for that because my voice is so important to me. I like in the work that I do, like with my friends, like in my relation, like all relationships, like that's I mean that's huge for me and everybody. Like our voice is so important. And we can stop ourselves from really believing that we're of value if we have those beliefs, right?
not only is like the words that you say, not only like so the word your word choices, but also it's the tone in which you're speaking,
Yeah.
right? Not only is it the emotion behind the words
Mm-hmm.
propelling the tone forward,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also where where the tone resonates within your body.
Right. Right.
And I say this because when we first were starting to be friends,
Oh, are you gonna talk about it? I was just thinking about it.
I love this. So I remember I was dog sitting and sitting out by the pool, and you were saying something. I don't remember specifically what you were saying, or even if you want to share it, but I remember saying, like, okay, but like I was very clearly like being led. I was guided to say this to you. Like
Yeah.
it was way more important that you received this message from spirit than it was from my ego to say it to you.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, but when you say this thing, I don't really quite believe you because it's up here and you're holding in so
Right.
much tension
Yeah.
and you're disconnected from the truth, the vibration of the truth of what it is that you're trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
And you sort of received it and you're like, yeah, okay, yeah, mm-hmm. But then as we continued to talk, you began to settle into your chest voice
Yeah.
and you let your guard down. Thank you for doing this, by the way. You let your guard down and you let me in, and then we like sort of like workshopped it a bit, and then you
Uh,
were there, and then you were able to believe what it was that you were saying.
yeah. Yeah, that was a powerful experience for me. I remember when you said it, and I'm having trouble remembering what the topic was. Uh,
It
yeah,
was something about you. You were
Yeah.
talking like the essence of it being
Yes.
a facilitator or
Yes.
your belief about yourself. Like I just remember that it was something about you that you were trying to communicate. And I was like, I hear your words and I know that you want to believe them, but
Hmm.
you're not communicating from that space of belief.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. It was about me and what it was like I was trying to convince me of something.
There you go.
Because
Yep.
yeah, I remember feeling that way and you saying something along those lines. And I remember feeling, I felt so vulnerable initially. I felt so like, oh shit, she sees me and it doesn't. Like it's like a insecurity that she sees me in.
Oh. Yeah, but
But
it was I know that you knew that it wasn't from a place of judgment. It
oh
wasn't
yeah. Yeah.
it was more of like, hey, I just like I'm noticing this thing and you want it to be this thing, but it isn't quite there. So I'm gonna do the thing that I do and I'm gonna help you get there.
Yeah. And I'm really glad that you were like so explicit about it because that's the thing that helped me then face it and be like, oh, um, that is true. Like I felt it in my body of like there's this hesitation and this like, oh, I'm really trying to convince myself of something.
Yeah.
And it feels like it feels like I'm covering up my insecurities and trying to just like put on a mask of like, oh, I'm okay. I'm good. Listen to my words, not what I actually feel in those words. So yeah, that was huge. I'm grateful that you said that because that helped me really be with me in a different way that has allowed me to be where I am now, you know, to like be congruent with what I'm saying and the energy in which it's coming through, which is one of the most freeing things that you can do. So thank you, my friend.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're welcome.
powerful stuff. And see, those of you who are listening, watching, like, find people that will do this with you because it's so fulfilling to be with friends and a partner and just people around you who will actually see you.
Or come work with us.
Or come work with us. Yeah, that too. Hmm. Beautiful. Um, and it's a great segue into another really big piece that's related to the retreat, which is the energy behind what you're doing or saying matters the most.
Yes. Yeah, if you're making choices for your life out of fear, you're gonna hold yourself small and you're gonna be fucking miserable. And you're
Yes.
gonna be in a job, locked in an office in fluorescent lights, going, why am I miserable? Well, because you chose this out of fear.
Right. Right. Yeah. And Danny does a great job of describing the levels of the different emotions and the frequencies that are tied to those emotions.
Yeah.
And living in that space, what it creates in terms of your view of life and your view of, God, universe, whatever you want to call it, how it significantly impacts how you make meaning of you, everyone around you, and if the universe is supporting you or not supporting you. So that was a really cool conversation because I mean, in general, it's just really cool to think about that, right? But also then it gets you into this space of the unseen, which is the energy behind what you're doing that
Right.
matters so much, right? So if you're doing it from a place of fear, well, you're just going to attract more of those fearful things, right?
Right.
If you do it from a place of like fear, guilt, shame, like the lower vibrational emotions, then you're gonna see things in a way that like makes you scared of yourself and others and the universe and belief that like you can't trust anything.
Right. Which also goes back to my first comment of how you show up in sex is how you're going to show up in life. So
Yes.
if you are fully confident that you are like, listen, I am the sexiest bitch in this room, I'm allowing myself to receive in this moment, and it's going to be fucking amazing and blissful, right?
Yes.
Like, imagine if we all just showed up in life like that,
Yes.
in life, of like, take the ego out of it, but like centered in the knowing that
Yes.
this is the playground, that this is fun, that this is creation.
Right. Very different.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of being human is that we are creators. We can create that energetic experience within ourselves and with other people and with the universe. And a piece of that is doing the work because nobody wants to choose to be miserable,
Right.
right? Nobody. Like we're all doing our best with what we have. And if you don't do the work, whatever that looks like, that can look like so many things. If you don't do the work, then that programming, the conditioning that you grew up in, which is usually fear-based, it's gonna run you.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna unconsciously be that energy.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's so beneficial to go out and find something that resonates with you that can help you drop into like your heart again, decondition. So pull those layers off of your conditioning of what you learned growing up and gain awareness of that and let go of things that do not serve you energetically or like mindfully or however that looks. Definitely energetically and somatically are huge ones. Um, but doing that work so that you can then recognize that you are the creator of your life. You're not the victim of it. See,
Right.
that's what fear-based thinking is. It's victimizing yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's not to say that, we aren't victims of things that happen in life, because we are. And
I
we,
mean,
right?
look look at your story, look at my story. Like, I am not a victim of the car accident.
Right.
I refuse to settle into a victim narrative, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So the distinction of this thing happened to me and I'm not a victim.
Right.
Yeah. And that's an insidious one too. Victim mentality. It's so fucking insidious. We all do it at some point, and we're all gonna do it at some point. And it's like catching those moments of like, oh, right now I'm choosing to be the victim of this experience. Okay. All right. Let me give myself some compassion for victimizing myself, not like, you know, like tearing myself down for this. And how can I get back to experiencing my own agency and that I have choice in any given situation? Even if it's the smallest, littlest choice, like you still have a choice.
Yes.
Um, Oh, there's so much there, isn't there? We could do like another episode on this reflection and integration.
Easily.
Yeah.
So having gone to Awaken in December and now just Awaken this past weekend, what is the biggest either takeaway or surprise of, oh wow, that was surprisingly delightful? Or what would you say that you've walked away with?
Oh man. Hmm. I feel like there's a lot of things, but I'll try to distill it to one or two things. Um, the one of the main things that I got out of it is is that I'm really courageous. And courage doesn't look like courage or feel like courage a lot of the time,
Right.
but it is courage.
Yeah.
And that yeah, it really solidified like the embodiment of courage for me. Like the breath work was different this time than it was the first time.
Yes.
I was terrified the first time, to be completely honest. And so much grief and like anger and like shame came up the first time. And then the second time, there was like there was these moments of like sadness and some grief, but they were really short. And then most of what I felt, and all of it is beautiful. There's no wrong way to release. But it was
Right.
just interesting for me to feel so much bliss and joy and love the second time. It's like the first time I was clearing a bunch of stuff out.
Yes.
And then the second time, it's like, oh, I get to fill in this like space now with like love and bliss and joy and
Yeah.
excitement.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing inside of this is that I got to experience the range of feelings in my body in those intense ways, and it made me feel so much more like empowerment in my body,
Mm.
which is the deepest wisdom that we can acquire. Because it's not up here, it's like in here, you
Yeah.
know?
Yes.
And it just again it solidified like the work that we do, like that we are doing that work in our own way,
Yeah.
and we can help people have a felt experience of that wisdom that is so precious and to me like the most fulfilling thing to experience because what it does is it lets me be even more present in my life
Mm. Yeah.
and with other people. So yeah, that's my takeaway. How about you?
Ooh. I think because it's so fresh. Um, this past weekend, I really have arrived at a greater sense of peace at the relationship with my father and my mother.
Mm, nice.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Okay, babe.
Yeah. It's a great, great look. Yeah, dude, that's really good. That's really good.
Yeah, I mean, I've done so much work since my father left his body in 2013. Like I
Yeah.
like literally two master's degrees, specifically like turning inside out and right sided and unfolded and refolded and unfolding of all of the like shit trauma like from my father or with my father. And then to really like go through these two weekends of really diving in and understanding where I'm holding myself back simply because I
Mhm.
look like the man.
Yeah.
I look like him. And it's okay that I look like him,
Yeah.
right? Like
Mhm.
it was my intention to let go of the fear of being seen.
Right.
I'm afraid to look at myself in the mirror because I'm going to be triggered that I look like my father. Like, what
Wow.
the fuck, bro? Like, how, like, when I'm living in that vibration, what else am I holding myself back from? Like, think
Wow.
about the ripple effect of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Completely.
then the dynamic of my mother, because, this man hurt my mother so much, and I look like him.
Yeah, dude, when you wrote that down in your notebook and I saw that, I was like, "Oh shit."
That was a big fucking light bulb.
Huge.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it was like something like I hold on, let me find it now because now we're in it, so we got
We're all in.
I let go of the guilt and the shame of looking like my father, something that has always triggered my mother.
Yeah. Yeah. That's whew, that's massive. Massive.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I think this is a good point to end episode 14.
Not
Uh
13, 14.
yes.
This is why you count.
Yes. I got you. I got you. Um yeah, and anybody interested in checking out Awaken, encourage you to do that. It's well worth it. Um And then, of course, if you're interested in therapeutic theater, we would love to have a chat. Actually, I did get a inspirational idea at Awaken about North Node Therapeutic Theater, which was we will be doing some sort of meetup to connect with people, to build connection, to build community, to talk about North Node, and really deeply to build community because that's what creates these experiences.
Yeah.
And maybe if you talk to us and you like what we're saying and how we're saying it and you're resonating with it and you want to check out therapeutic theater, like you will join us and it will be a fantastic experience. So yeah, that's coming up and then we definitely want to do Instagram live soon. Right, Lindsay?
Yes. Yes.
Did you just blank out? What just happened?
I thought you were continuing talking. I was
Oh,
not. I was with you.
anyways, yes, yes. We plan on doing that soon. That's gonna be fun. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Let's go live. Uh, other than that, we'll come at y'all with our next episode soon. And then coming up, we will be having Heart Space Collective on the podcast.
I'm very excited for that.
Yes. So get ready for that. It's going to be a good conversation, good interview. Um, and yeah, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, love y'all. Take care.
Bye.